Talk about Sophie Cunningham making some comments about WNBA fans, what she believes fans may not have right about WNBA players, and how a lot of fans feel about, I would assume, hard plays, aggressive plays. I'm not quite sure.
The WNBA thought it had control, thought its biggest star was untouchable, but then everything changed. The numbers came in, and a legend made it crystal clear. Caitlin Clark leaving is not just possible, it is becoming inevitable. This is no longer about loyalty, this is about massive money that can completely reshape the future of women's basketball, and right now that future is slipping out of the WNBA's hands, and if that was not enough, Sophie Cunningham just poured gasoline on the fire with controversial comments that highlight just how unstable things have become behind the scenes. This is a league staring down a situation where its top talent may already be thinking about the exit.
Last year had volunteered to join the Fever as Caitlin Clark's enforcer. And that's Angel McCoughtry. She played in the league forever. She's 39 years old now. And really good player. I mean, a 6-time All-Star, 2-time scoring champ. Averaged 18.6 points a game in her career. And she makes some comments about Project B that's very interesting. And I think she's saying the quiet part out loud, that some players may forego the W.
There is a storm building, and it's called Project B, and make no mistake, this is not just another league trying to compete. This is a full-scale disruption and economic shockwave aimed directly at the WNBA. Project B is not playing small, it is offering money at a level the league simply cannot match. We are talking about life-changing wealth designed to pull the very best players away, and if that happens, what follows is not a trickle. It is a mass exodus, starting with the biggest names, the faces of the league the players fans actually show up to see.
WNBA, not unrivaled, the W, in order to play in this new league. She also squashes the myth about, players have talked about, I want to be able to stay in the States. I don't want to go overseas, blah, blah, blah. She says that's kind of BS. That sounds like a negotiating tactic is what it is. So, Sophie Cunningham, let's check this out.
I'm not just speaking for myself. I think I'm speaking on behalf of probably the whole league, that when people see us competing and trying to fight to do anything it takes to win, because this is a hard league.
Angel McCoughtry did not dance around this. She did not sugarcoat it. Either she stepped in and laid out the reality in a way the WNBA cannot ignore. This is a player who has lived it, seen it, and understands exactly how limited the league's financial structure really is. She even volunteered to step in as Caitlin Clark's enforcer last season, so when she speaks it carries weight, and what she revealed pulls the curtain back, completely exposing just how wide the gap is between what players are earning now and what is suddenly being put on the table.
Sophie Cunningham, let's check this out.
I'm not just speaking for myself. I think I'm speaking on behalf of probably the whole league, that when people see us competing and trying to fight to do anything it takes to win, because this is a hard league, that they automatically think that's what you're like off the court. People need to get to know us players more, and I think if they do, they fall in love with us. And so not judging the competitive side of us compared to our off-court.
Just wondering, do fans do that? Because I don't. I never one time have I seen somebody's play and been like, they must be real nasty off the court. They must be real.
The numbers alone tell the whole story, and honestly they are shocking. The WNBA max salary barely touches $90,000 for elite talent now. Compare that to Project B offering a minimum of $2 million. This is not a raise, this is a complete financial reset. We're talking about an increase so massive that even bench players would see a life-changing difference overnight, and once you see that gap, loyalty starts to look less like pride and more like a financial mistake, especially in a career that does not last long.
On what else does the player got going on off the court? Do they take basketball seriously, or do they want to be a celebrity influencer? Well, you know what I'm talking about, right? So, I thought that was interesting and that you guys would want to see that. Let's go over here. This is the Good Follow podcast. Hell, go subscribe. It looks like it's relatively new. The lady on the left is Angel McCoughtry. Like I said, we're talking about a real force in the league. 5-time All-Star, 2 times.
And it does not even stop at salary. Project B is going even further by offering something leagues almost never give players: ownership. This means athletes are not just getting paid, they are getting a stake in the future of the league itself. They become part of the growth, part of the success, part of the long-term value. This shifts everything from short-term earnings to generational wealth, and suddenly the conversation is not about contracts anymore. It is about building real financial power. Something the WNBA has never been able to offer at this level.
And how that's going to... She gives you a perspective of how players are going to look at this money, and you can tell from her reaction, it's like, whoa, that's a whole different level of cash we're talking about.
The max was $90,000.
I mean, even just say, like, you haven't been playing the league for, what, 1-2 years or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's just even talk now. You're a current...
Okay, I'm a current player.
These players are making max $250.
Now I'm making $250, then $90. And let's see, $5 million, $2 million. I mean, guys, you do the math. Who's going to turn that down? Then I have a chance to have equity in this league.
Angel McCustry put it in the simplest terms possible. If someone is offering you $5 million, why would you keep putting your body through the grind of the WNBA? And that question hits hard because it cuts straight to the core of the issue. This is not just talk. This is a direct challenge to what the league actually offers its players. Why deal with the physical toll, the packed schedule, and the limited pay when there is an option that secures your future instantly? This forces every player, especially the stars, to rethink everything.
50, then 90. And let's see, $5 million, $2 million. I mean, guys, you do the math. Who's going to turn that down? Then I have a chance to have equity in this league, and this league could possibly grow. I mean, Project B, aka Project B, let's get it.
Yeah.
You know,
feels like common sense almost.
It feels like it is common sense. I mean, honestly, I see a lot of girls. If you're going to get paid $5 million, why put your body through playing in the WNBA? Well, is that what that's what I see coming?
Well, here's the another aspect of this too. I thought the whole trend and point of some of these new leagues popping up was that the trend was going, players wanted to stay home in the U.S. And so that's an advantage that, like,
And then comes the part that really breaks the narrative wide open. Angel McCustry completely shuts down the long-standing idea that players just want to stay in the United States for comfort or convenience. She calls it exactly what it is: a negotiating tactic, a story used when it helps, but not something rooted in reality, because when real money enters the picture, everything changes. Players are willing to travel anywhere, go anywhere, and play anywhere if the price is right, and that truth alone weakens one of the WNBA's biggest talking points.
You're fixing to see a lot of surprising names, I have a feeling, sign up for this league because they think the W's going to $850 or $1 million. Okay, well, what do you think they would pay A'ja Wilson? $8 million, $10 million a year, so 8 to 10 times more than they're paying now. Caitlin Clark, $15 million, $20 million, $25 million. I mean, I don't know. People seem to get offended when I bring that. Why? Why wouldn't
Angel McCustry goes even deeper, and this is where things really start to shift perspective, because she is not speaking in theory, she is speaking from lived experience. She talks about playing overseas in places like Istanbul, and instead of framing it as some kind of sacrifice, she describes it as an upgrade, a completely different lifestyle filled with culture, energy, great food, and unforgettable experiences. She paints a picture of nights that stretch into early mornings, teammates bonding over dinner, cities that feel alive in a way most players never experience at home, and then still stepping onto the court at the highest level of competition. This completely flips the narrative that leaving the United States is somehow a downside, because according to her it is anything but. It is an opportunity to live better, earn more, and experience the world while still doing what you love. And when you combine that with the kind of money now being discussed, everything changes. The conversation is no longer about comfort or location, it becomes purely about value and opportunity, and that is where the WNBA starts to lose ground, because when players realize they can make several times more money while also living a richer, more dynamic life, the idea of staying put starts to feel limiting, not rewarding. And then when you stack Project B on top of that, offering not just higher salaries but ownership stakes and long-term financial upside, it becomes almost impossible to justify staying in a system that cannot compete financially or experientially. And that is the real shift happening right now. It is not just about one league versus another, it is about a complete redefinition of what a professional basketball career can look like for women, and once that mindset changes, it spreads quickly across the league. Players talk, agents talk, opportunities become clearer, and suddenly what once felt like the only path no longer feels like the best one. And that is how leagues lose control, not overnight, but through a steady realization among players that there is something far better waiting for them elsewhere.